is.
You guys, the wife is going to Salt Lake right now. She's leaving, so watch out for the wild parties at my house.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. You and Riley are going to be partying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to recuperate from working yesterday.
Dennis said he's going to try his other computer to go ahead and proceed.
Okay.
Go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Let's call the meeting to order. Business, start out with the review of the minutes from last meeting. Does anyone have any changes or additions, deletions they want to make to the minutes from last meeting?
Nope.
Okay. You got audio, Dennis?
Says he does. Says his mic is open.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can hear us, though. Oh, here he goes away.
Got disappeared again. All right.
Dennis,
We have a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
so moved.
Okay. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So approved. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Ray's moving into the next part. Oh, there you go. That's what I was just reading off of. Okay, we're going to do review of the approved bylaws.
Copied those somewhere here.
I sent out a notice that just needed everybody to take a look at it and make any suggestions. Bill made his suggestions that we be a little bit more, drill down on the fact that people need to be a little bit more responsive and stuff. And I kind of felt that drilling down on people tends to make people go away. Drilling down as far as the bylaws are concerned, making it mandatory for people to read them and stuff like that. My proposal is that part of the meeting, we read one section of the bylaws and out, to the group. That way, it doesn't require everybody to make a move like that. And the reason for all that is because of the hard feelings people got when I published a document that was called, what was it called? Basically, the mechanics of radio communication. And people took it as its policy and that we need to adhere by it. And it was the law and stuff like that. And it was far from that. It was more or less a training tool for people that are brand new coming into radio. They'd always ask the same questions. How do I say this? How do I say that? What do I do? What if? And now we give them a little booklet, a little manual that's maybe about 9 pages long for them to go ahead and review. So anyways, that long story short being that drilling down in our bylaws tends to make people go away. And this is a social organization as opposed to any kind of government institution. That's my feeling about it.
Right, I agree with you, Ray. But with that, I think we still need, in some cases, to.
Question, real quick. I thought you said she was on the road.
Uh-oh.
I kissed her goodbye, so she's gone.
That was funny.
Oh, somebody woke up a sleeping dog.
Stop that. Boy. My dog didn't like me laughing.
Oh, okay.
Let's try to control ourselves, guys.
Yeah.
No, my laughing. I tend to laugh a lot. laugh loudly here. Janice is going to give it a shot here. Again.
Okay.
I see his name.
Leah?
Let me pull off the sharing.
He's there.
It looks like he can hear us. Hopefully he doesn't go back to mute. Say something, Dennis.
Thumbs up if you can hear us, Dennis.
Nope.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Did you say
I
Jesus
heard
Christ?
Yeah.
Get him a whiteboard and a marker and you can hold it up, you know.
It's a volume issue, maybe?
Looks like you got a new pair of glasses.
No? This is fun watching Dennis struggle. So. He's got his head moving around. Yeah, it looks like he's still having issues.
looks like it. So what was I, excuse me, what I was going to say, Ray, is I still feel that in certain circumstances, we need to make sure that the people that are part of the club, you know, understand.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
There he is.
I
And
can
see
barely
you.
hear you. I'm using an old computer. It's like driving a stick shift again.
Oh,
Crazy. And now I can't turn up my volume, so I can barely hear you. But go ahead. Don't let me stop you from proceeding, please.
We were talking about the bylaws and how we. Okay, Nick, let Nick explain it. Go ahead, Nick.
well, I was just going to say that you know, I know that there were a few people that were kind of pushing back on all the perceived rules and regulations that have to be followed. But in most cases, you know, it's a legal requirement when you're holding a ham radio license. So I would hope that they would voluntarily comply as best as they can for that respect, especially being part of a club. Not by any means saying that they have to be perfect or anything. None of us are, but at least, hey Dave, she's back. But anyway, yeah, I think if we do just take a slice of the bylaws each meeting, and just like you say, do just a quick overview of them and whatever, and find out if anybody does have any questions on what it means or anything like that, then we could kind of go over that too. So have you got them parsed out, Ray, where you think that we can do that? Or
I've got it ready for signatures. I sent out
Okay.
the excuse me. I sent out the copy that Dennis put together with the which he did diligently. Mark was read as being the altercations,
right.
and I think you and Bill had mentioned that it was okay, and then just waiting for Dave to give me a thumbs up. And then once we get a thumbs up from everybody, I was going to visit you guys so we can sign the actual document. Hold on a second, let me share that real quick. So on the bottom section of it, right here, we have all our signatures ratifying the bylaws as written.
Yeah, we don't have it. We don't have this. There it is. Okay.
So I'll
Right.
just, if you guys are around today, I'll put on my my pants since I'm not wearing pants right now. Just kidding. I'll
Yeah.
put on.
Please
I'm not
do.
wearing
Right.
pants.
That's why the
TMI.
camera's all the way up. No, then I was gonna drop by you guys' pads and have you sign it, and then I'll put it onto the G drive. So that way it's ratified. Ooh. It's a
Okay.
living document, so it doesn't mean it won't be updated again, but we just need to get something on
Right.
board saying that this is the official document. So, Dan,
Sounds good to me.
Are you good with it, or
Yep.
Yep.
Dave?
I like it.
Okay. So after our drill today, I'll be knocking you guys' doors, unless you plan to leave here pretty soon. So let me know.
I'll be home.
Let me turn off my share.
Okay. Treasurer's report.
Okay, the balances, the checking account is same $389.66. The cash is $50 in an envelope in my file drawer. And I did get a couple of things straightened out. I got the address change to the clubhouse, and I got everybody to approve with that. Susan and Sandy agreed, and Janet, who actually collects the mail at the clubhouse and distributes it to other clubs, agreed with it. I wanted to make sure everybody was happy with that. I got 6, what do they call it?
Counter checks or whatever.
Yeah, counter checks, thank you. And with all the right address. Now, Dave was saying that he's still receiving stuff. Anything that anybody else
It's-
got a hold of the old address, they're still gonna get that, so I
Yeah,
can't. do
it's
anything
mainly
about
just
that.
junk.
Pardon
It's
me?
mainly just junk mail that they're sending out, trying to get us to get a credit card.
Oh, yeah.
I did get notice that you changed the address,
Oh, okay,
and I didn't need to respond unless we did not initiate it. So I threw it away.
okay. And then I put together a sheet for Nick as in case for some reason I'm not around and or you need an alternate. I've got all of the classified access information here with logon passwords. Then they've got 2 other levels of, if they don't believe it's me logging on.
Oh,
They
okay.
ask, you know,
Yeah.
what was your first car? What was your first pet's name and all that crap.
Yeah.
So I got a sheet that I'll give Nick. So he'll have all that to have access to the account. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, I did have
Anyone
one
have
more
a-
question for Dave.
Oh, okay, Bill.
Did you have, so it looks like all the information on who has paid dues and stuff in the past has been on hand
Yeah.
done sheets. Do you have anything on files like Excel or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay,
Pat did something for me, but that was a year or 2 ago, and I went back to the
yeah, reverted.
hand copy on a sheet.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to know. Okay,
Okay. Everyone good with that?
yep.
Okay. Discussions, repeater use group training.
Nobody from the repeater group is here, so
Okay, so we're gonna check that one off for now. Ray with a status of potential member John Utterbeck.
he hasn't gotten back to me. So I think we just take him off the roster.
Okay, removed from roster. All right. Response from Susan Larson. Have you heard anything about the clubhouse, Ray?
No.
No. I saw something on next door yesterday. Steve Melman said something about the gym was supposed to open up today. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen
yeah,
it.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I did get something from Susan Larson on email indicating that. I didn't even notice whether it was today, but I think it was. Included were a whole bunch of requirements that have to be met in order to use the gym, but I can forward that to everybody if they didn't get it.
I'll check my email.
Yeah, I have seen nothing from her.
Yeah, I'll forward that.
Yeah, I'm signed up for eBlast and everything, but
I just got it this morning, or I mean, she may have sent it late yesterday, but I just noticed it this morning. So it may be, you may have gotten it, but not checked it yet or whatever.
Well,
I heard there was an exciting board meeting the other night.
Oh, what happened on that?
Yeah, let's find out.
I just heard there were like 40 people involved, and things got interesting.
What was the main topic that they were involved for? I mean, was there a issue?
I think it had to do with somebody's dog biting somebody.
Oh,
Huh.
Dog rules, whether we were going to follow them or not, or anyway, I can't say much more.
oh yeah. Oh shoot. Oh well. We're not recording, so are we? Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
it says
Yeah, we
recording
are.
up in the corner. Yeah, I was meaning to hit that meeting, beyond that meeting the other night, but we had gone out in the afternoon and kind of got stuck, so I didn't make the meeting. But
So that was an
Okay.
open forum, not an agenda issue?
right.
I don't know. I was asleep, didn't hear about it till yesterday. I had to get up at 3:45 in the morning, so I went to bed at 8.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's it for discussions, unless someone has a topic that they want to talk about or get a discussion going.
Just a reminder, on the 26th, the ARRL Aries commander, whoever division supreme leader, I forgot his name. I'm trying to make fun of it, but
Grand Poopah.
yeah, the Grand Poopah. We have our presentation that he's going to give us. So I'll send out a reminder and a link.
How did that FEMA thing go the other day? Did anybody attend it or watch it?
Which FEMA thing?
The one you put out. I was hoping to get on, but I had a conflict.
That was the Red Cross FEMA?
I think so.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It gave an overall explanation of different processes with FEMA, with the county, and also with the Red Cross. So it was very elementary. You know, for me, it was kind of like a refresher. But for somebody that's new to the whole issue of disaster services, here's the word. That would have been, yeah. And then I've only had half of Frappuccino. Anyways, but yeah, it was good. And that was the last one of the series. They're probably going to do them again, and they'll send me a notification, and then I'll blast it out to everybody. I haven't heard much from EMD, whether or not they're going to start up their training again. They had mentioned it, that they were talking about doing it with races and stuff. Our races group has had some training. We had Skywarn training, and then some other training. I forgot what it was. but all online. But that's about it as far as that's concerned. Something else I wanted to talk. Dennis and I were talking about this on emails, but we noticed that we had an emergency occur within our homestead. We had that garage fire, and the only reason I got alerted to it is because of all the sirens. And then I popped on the the live link page that we have on the CERT page, and I went and took a look and found an address where there was a fire, and George was on site, and he was kind of giving me updates. I was hoping he'd be here on the meeting, but I don't know where he's at. But he gave me updates on text messages. So that's when I sent out a notice that, hey, we're on channel 1. Of course, George didn't bring his radio with him. So, but that's not because he did. That's our fault. We're not practicing, what we should be doing as far as if we have an emergency, we grab our radios with us, and if we respond, get on the radio. And Dennis and I were talking about how we need to get a better apparatus for notifying everybody about what's going on. I sent out an email blast, and you know how easy it is for everybody just to ignore an email. So Tom came on board. He was on channel 1, and he got the update. I think there was some concern about fire spreading to the houses adjacent, but luckily the fire department was on scene and were quick to extinguish the fire. The one thing that was noted, and this is through George, I guess there's a fire break between the garage and the main house. And I don't know, the makeup of this wall between the house and the garage was well constructed. And
Right.
I heard that I guess our houses are one of the better constructed houses with this fire break in between. And the fire battalion chief that was on site was quite amazed by the well-constructed house that we have.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was advised of when I went to buy the house. That's one of the points that the real estate agent made, was
Right.
that there's a fire break between the garage and the house. And basically they take the wall and a lot of houses have an open attic system kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's open between the garage and the house. Well, in our homes, it's the wall's taken clear up to the underside of the roof, so that gives it basically a break. It doesn't make it fireproof, but it would take for a fire in the garage to get into the house itself, and it usually takes that open space above the wall. It makes it pretty quick, but with this, it takes a lot more time for the fire to get to the house.
You'll also notice that if you try to attach something to that wall, you can attach it anywhere because it's solid. You don't have to find a stud. It's solid.
Yeah,
The other thing that came out of that incident was apparently, and I haven't heard anything different, but apparently the fire started as a result of some issue with charging his golf cart, which is interesting. It's probably something someone should try to find out some more about. Got a lot of golf carts around here. Probably need to make sure that nobody else does whatever he did or she did or whatever,
right.
to start that fire. So it'd be interesting to find out more details on how that started. It might be good to warn everybody else.
Yeah, Pat heard about that and made me go unplug our charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Nick was saying something about that it wasn't a charging issue.
No,
Well, I'd followed on Nextdoor the thread that there was talking about the fire, and there's one gentleman that's a close friend of the owners of that house, and one person posted that it was started because they were charging their cart in the garage, and he came back and said that's not true, that they were not charging their cart, but they still didn't know at that time, and that was a few days ago, that what the exact cause was. So since then, I haven't seen anything posted about what the cause may have been. So that might be something interesting. Yeah, it is. I might go ahead and what I'll do is send a message to the person that seems to be pretty closely connected, and just get some update on it and see if he's willing to discuss it.
The one thing that we talked about, Dennis and I, was just we need to find an apparatus, find a better apparatus for getting everybody notified. We need to switch over to the frequency to assist in any way, so it could have potentially become a bigger problem if the fire department wasn't on scene as fast as they were, especially with what we have stored in our garages. Excuse me. My asthma has been acting up because of all the stuff that we have stored inside the different garages. So yeah, I think we need to take a look at that as far as how do we notify each other. Yeah. I mean, there's features. Text was my idea of sending out text, and apparently George didn't like that idea because he instantly said, "Get me off of this." So
I think George.
I think the text idea is a pretty good idea. I think that, George probably got upset because you were testing it, and so you were sending out quite a few texts, but that wouldn't be the normal situation. So
it's true.
Because when I get
agreed.
Most of us carry around our phones except for Bill there.
Yeah. I haven't turned it on today, so.
See?
I want to be in charge of my phone. I'll tell people when I want to talk to them, not they're going to tell me when they want to talk to them.
I think we need to go get a spotlight and get a Solaris signal that way, like
there you go. Yeah.
I still have
the bat signal.
I still have my Batman light, but I don't think that would work.
No.
Okay.
It's a continuing problem. We just have to figure out something, and then we just need to get into practice of carrying our radio. If we respond to something, if we go to something, even to be a looky-loo, just have the radio, because it could blossom into something that's going to be a potential problem for all the neighbors, type of thing. So that's just my thought.
Yeah, I've got into the practice of pretty much taking my HT with me wherever I go, at least have it in the car. I may not take it in if I'm going into a store or something. I don't necessarily carry it in there.
And then we had this, excuse me, we had this little parade for Greg. And that turned into an interesting exercise in regards to radio usage. I brought extra radios to help out with the coordination and stuff like that, and ran into, I think her name is Judy. I was going to give her a radio. She goes, "I don't want that. I already have one." And I'm looking at her going, "Well,
froze up on my screen, right?
Pardon?
You just froze up on my screen.
It's good for me.
Good for me.
It says my internet connection is unstable. That's good to know.
I guess you're unstable. But anyways, just saying that she didn't want the radio, and she said she already had her radio, and it turned out that even a small little exercise or event like that, it was hard to coordinate. We ran into some issues. Luckily, Dennis was in the group. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known, where everybody was and stuff like that. But it just showed that coordinating on a radio as opposed to using a telephone, because she says, "Oh, I have a telephone. I'll just call up. I'll call up George and stuff." Well, George is using his telephone to control his what do
Drone,
you call it? Thing?
the drone.
Drone. He was controlling his drone, so he can't use the phone, so she couldn't get a hold of him. So it was just
That was
it was
that was
amusing.
Judy. That was Judy Ferguson, and she was a victim of the EPAC problem. And this is the Rice residence.
Mhm.
Oh, it's you. It's like, who did?
Yeah, sorry.
But anyways, that's just stuff that I wanted to bring up that was kind of amusing to me.
I will send something out to everybody. Get it back up on my other screen. The Coachella Valley has a very good emergency response program out there. And a lot of people involved and a lot of pretty impressive people involved. On the 31st, they're going to have a webinar by a guy that unfortunately just recently passed away, but he had finished this webinar prior to that, this presentation. And I'll forward that email to everybody in case you're interested in that. I got this from VOAD, and looks like it might be pretty good. I think it's about a 30-minute webinar, but I'll send that information out.
All right,
Cool.
sounds good.
They also have
All
a
right.
very active club out there. I talked to a couple of them on the radio a month or two ago, and they are having face-to-face meetings at some hospital office building or medical office building in Palm Springs. Invited me to go. I just need to get back on their website, see when those meetings are. If anybody'd like to go, I'd love to have somebody go with me out there sometime.
Desert
Okay.
Rats. Is it
That's
the
the
Desert
radio
Rat?
club.
Say it again.
That's the radio club.
Yes, it's called Desert Rats Radio
Yeah.
Club.
Heard of them?
Yeah. Well, two of these guys I was talking to on the DMR were officers in the club and stuff, and have been active in it for a long, long time.
I think they're also races, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let us just, Dave, let us know when you're
Yeah,
thinking of going.
that'd be a fun field trip.
Yeah, I think so.
Ray could
Okay.
buy us breakfast on the way.
There we go.
You're funny.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else for discussion?
Yeah,
Bill?
as a relative newbie here in this organization, especially on the board, I am terribly confused about what activity is on what day. I look at the calendar on the website and it doesn't give like the name of the repeater or frequency or something. It just says, you know, like one of them says Solero Radio or Aries or Incom. I have no idea what that means in terms of how I get there, even if I just want to listen to it. Even our board meetings and other meetings, I'm very confused about what meeting is on what day. Maybe I'm not paying attention, but if there could be more information on the calendar, that would help.
Do you click on the actual event? Because it opens up with all the information on it.
Well, no, I probably have not done that. And
Yeah, if
part
you
of the
click on-
calendar is cut off and I print it too, so the leading edge.
You probably have to set your printer to fit the page.
All right.
So it'll,
Okay, so most of this may be my fault, but thank you.
No, it's not your fault. You're asking, so that's
So let me check those things and see if I still have questions.
I'm trying to pull up my calendar real quick. Yeah, 15 minutes. We have our walkie-talkie thing. Okay, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
yeah.
It just popped up on my screen, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, if you click on it, yep, it comes up.
Okay.
Double click on it. Come on. I'm saying that and it's freezing up on me because I probably got too many things going on at the same time. That's the calendar that's posted on our website.
Yeah.
And that's actually our Google calendar for our account. The only thing I see listed are, oh yeah, there it is. You're right. I saw it. Do we have the ham thing on there? Yeah, it's listed there. It even gives you what repeater, what frequencies. And let me see on the Aries. Yep.
Okay, I just didn't go deep enough into it then.
Right. Oh, you got to click on them to
Okay.
expand because the calendar is limited as far as what you can see on the calendar. But if you click on the actual link, it pops up with additional information of what to do, where to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And
Anything
by the
else?
way,
we need to-
I did check a map and found out where Mount Etna is. And from my bedroom window, I'm facing right toward it. So that's why, and I wandered around my house and no place else could I get the signal from there.
Oh,
Wow. So where is Mount Etna?
It's up to 243, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. If you go up 243, there's a Mount Etna Road,
Yeah,
and it's like a couple of miles off of that. So it's from my house, it's like east southeast, and that's where my bedroom window looks out.
if
So
you're going up towards Idlewild or Silent Valley, where we go a lot, you'll see a big house. It's like a 3-story house up on the top of the hill. And that's right by the antennas and stuff like that. But they have it gated off. I tried to drive up there one time. It's got a gate, you can't get in.
My understanding there that the county also has repeaters up there. That's why they gated off to
I see.
protection of the public safety
right.
system.
You know, what I've done is used Google Maps or Google Earth. And I would just type in Mount Etna and it'll show you where Mount Etna is. And what I do is go to the view that shows you the houses and stuff like that.
yeah,
And you can drill down on them to see where the antennas are.
Hmm.
So, and then I pin that, and it gives you the coordinates for that.
Cool.
Then you can always figure out how to find that direction from wherever you're at. So
the last couple of weeks I've been going outside at night to try to hear these stations, and it's just too cold to do that. So I'm trying to find out which room in my house I can hear them.
Oh, it'll change soon. Give it a couple more weeks and we'll
Yeah.
be back into the heat again.
yeah. Okay.
Speaking of that, I got a question. With the limit or what the downgrade in our pandemic, and what do we think about meeting up like some of these other groups over at the clubhouse in the it starts to warm up, of course, but out in the green grass area? What do you think about doing that?
Or maybe on the
Well,
patio even.
Yeah, well, if they allow us to do that, I know that they have certain regulations and rules on the facility itself. So
Yeah,
The
so
green
we have
belt.
to do 6-foot spacing, I think.
yeah, because
Well,
if
I
we
just
do
want-
that, I was thinking about bringing my well, I got to finish it, but I want to bring out my my field kit and set up, and in that way draw attention to us too at the same time. Because you start putting up fancy gear, antennas, people want to come by and want to know what's going on. So
Yeah.
just a thought.
Yep. Maybe put that as an agenda item for our next meeting, and maybe kind of solidify that a little bit.
I mean, seeing you guys on Zoom is great, and sitting at home and having a meeting is comfortable. But I'd like to start seeing people, you know.
Be nice.
Yep.
It was nice that we
Oh.
had our what you call it, our casual meeting the other day. That was fun.
Yeah, Dennis, you were missed.
I know. I'm sorry about that. I won't miss the next one for sure. Well, I don't know. When is it? I'm going to be gone on. Well, yeah.
It's the first Friday of the next month.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, it's on the agenda. It's March 5th.
That is
Next
Good
meeting.
Friday. Keep that in mind. I don't know if that
March
affects anybody.
It doesn't affect me. I'm going to burn in hell anyway.
Oh, brother, this is being recorded, Nick.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. It is.
We don't know who's going to get the recording, so you better
But it's out there now.
be careful.
Hey, I can't pull it back. All right. For the good of the club, do we have any topic that
I think we did that. We did the fire stuff.
fire? Okay, that will apply to that. Anything else? No one.
I
have
did
anything
send
else?
the information on the fitness center reopening, and I also sent the information on the Coachella Valley webinar to everybody, so you should have gotten it. For your information, the fitness center looks like it's going to open March 19th. That's today. So yeah. The rules are face masks will be required, temperature will be taken, directional and spacing signage will be located, all equipment, et cetera, about 20 rules.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can look that over.
Yeah.
I'm going to send
Okay,
another
I just got it.
request to Susan about us coming over there and putting in our repeater over there. Maybe she
Yeah.
dismissed it.
Is the office moved back into their new space yet?
I
Yes,
believe
they
they
are.
are. Yeah.
Really?
So it shouldn't be an issue for us going in
Yeah,
there.
shouldn't be any reason.
Wouldn't think so.
I'll send that out today.
Alright.
Hopefully I'll get a response next
Okay.
week.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I saw an article this morning in the paper that the CDC has changed the social distancing requirement. They've taken it from 6 feet to 3 feet now.
Ooh,
That's just for elementary school kids.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just for elementary
Yeah.
schools?
What happens if you feel like an elementary school kid?
That works.
Or act like one.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Both counts.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 qualifications ought to classify you.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, they got all these gender changes and identify this and identify as a kindergartner. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, remember, you're being recorded.
Well,
Oh, that's true.
Nick and I actually shook hands the other day because we're all vaccinated.
oh, yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
trying to get my second.
Wasn't the highlight of my day, but it was okay.
I'm sure it wasn't. Yeah.
How'd you feel the day following?
Oh, my right arm fell off, like I said, but other than that,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just a little bit soreness, and that was it.
yeah, no big deal.
No.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
see you guys
Radio
next
Bill.
year when you start getting appendages out of your forehead and stuff. So
Yeah, my youngest son has refused. He's not going to take anything, so that's all right. Whatever.
I got
Personal
my
decision.
ultraviolet wand here. I can disinfect. Anybody?
Now I really feel better. Thanks.
Yeah. There you go, Dennis.
Okay. Woo.
All right. Looks like we're bouncing up on against 10 o'clock. So
I move to adjourn.
Second that.
sounds like we had a motion.
And a second.
Yeah. Okay. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right.
See you on the air in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
adios.
Bye.